It should be. Amanda, can you hear me, ma'am?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, hi.
I can't see you, but I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Well, can you see me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so it looks like you have two of them with us this morning.
I'm sorry.
It looks like you have two evictions this morning.
I had one. Who do you have?
I have number 1686, Sashana Bailey.
That one was dismissed. She's already vacated.
Okay.
And Macy Revere.
Yes, ma'am. That's the next one.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Shoshana, she did vacate.
Okay. So I will just dismiss that one then.
Okay.
And then Macy Revere.
Yes, sir.
Have you heard from her since your filing?
I have. She is living out of the country right now. I guess she was affected by COVID. She left. She was a student and working. And I guess when COVID hit, funding for her student, for her graduate work was denied or something. So she's living abroad, but her belongings are still there. I guess she plans on coming back. I don't know.
Huh, that's interesting. How long has she been gone?
Quite some time, at least 3 or 4 months.
Wow.
Yeah. But so just to be completely transparent, she did file for that Texas rent relief program, and I don't know how that's affecting the court system. You know what I mean? Like the eviction.
Yes. Well, that means that we're not going to evict her because if she does get that relief, then they're going to pay for it. And it's those documents are actually sealed in the court. Normally if you go through the eviction process, those are open records. And if they're if she's filed for that, do you have a filing number for her? Has she?
For Macy for Texas rent relief?
Yeah, I mean, how do you know she's filed? Did they contact you?
Because we know our supervisor indicated to us we needed to start reaching out to all these residents.
Okay. So
we could collect all the documents that we needed to get everything filed. So we got all the documents we needed and we actually submitted it for her. We emailed over like the application and stuff. She filled it out, returned it, and then we submitted it directly to Texas Rent Relief for her on her behalf.
Okay, and do you know what the status is on it?
No, we don't.
Yeah, I know. I think a lot of people are kind of struggling with that because the website got changed and redone this weekend. So
yeah, I can't even log in. Yeah, it's a mess.
Yeah, it is, which is not surprising, unfortunately. Can you yell at Jesse? I'm gonna get Jessie in here if I can. I'm gonna ask her a question. She might know.
Okay.
Yeah, because I know that once my question is with it, because this program is not done through the court. It's a program that's done outside of court, so we're not a part of it. But they're telling us if in the program, once people are in that program, then those records are sealed for as far as the eviction's concerned. And but the thing is that I haven't been able to get an answer on is, does that happen once they file it, or do they have to be approved and then the courts seal the documents? That's the question.
No, I understand. I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to move forward with this court date either. I asked my supervisor and she's like, no, we're proceeding with eviction. And I'm like, but she filed for Texas rent relief. You know what I mean? It's still pending.
Yeah, and you're filing for lack of payment, well, let me double check.
it's for,
For lack of payment, so then the CDC CDC declaration would go into effect. And of course, she's not here today, either by Zoom or in coming to the courthouse. She would have to sign the CDC declaration, which she's not gonna obviously be able to do since she's not here. So my feeling on it is, since she's still in the process of the trying to get approved through it, firstly, I feel like we should probably just continue with the eviction. I'm waiting on Jesse to get here, and because she's not actually, Jesse just walked in.
okay.
I'm in that situation with the, okay, so this individual
Mhm.
is left the country. She was a student at MSU, and her funding, because of COVID, had problems, so she's left. So she's not here, but all of her belongings are still in the apartment.
Oh,
And she's been gone for months. But the apartment complex reached out to her
mhm.
and had her fill out the information for the Texas relief. And then the apartment complex says, if I'm not saying something correct, will you interrupt
Yeah,
me?
I'll correct you.
Then the apartment complex filed for the relief program for both parties.
So
But
she's
they're not approved. They can't even get on the website.
right, because it's being changed
Yeah.
or whatever. So she's gonna have to probably turn in some information. The defendant will. They'll probably ask her if they haven't already done it for her.
The rent relief.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, my question is, as far as this eviction is concerned,
Mhm.
um,
Should they put it on hold?
well, they're wanting to proceed with the eviction. Is that correct, ma'am?
Yeah, per my supervisor, we're to proceed with getting possession, granted possession.
Mhm. And my thing is that my question is, I haven't been able to get an answer to, is just because you filed for it doesn't mean that it's accepted.
Right. She said there's a 2-week turnaround for the approval, and if it's been longer than that, it might not. be
Yeah.
approved. They might have sent her information needing more information, and she's
Yeah.
not there. They
So
won't be aware.
my
of it.
feeling on it is that, I don't know, I might be wrong, but they're not approved. It hasn't been granted. So as far as I'm concerned, there is no agreement.
Yeah.
And they're suing, they're wanting the apartment for a non-payment of rent, and we don't have a CDC declaration because she's not in the country.
Yeah.
So, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and grant the eviction for non-payment of rent for the fact that we don't have a CDC declaration. She
Okay.
has not contacted the court. You guys have not received a CDC declaration, correct?
No, correct.
We haven't either. And as far as the rent to relief, we don't have, she's not here to testify that she has put in for that, even though I know that you're stating that you guys did it for her. I don't even know if that's even right.
I
As-
think they each have to do their own part.
Because my understanding is that each individual has to do their own application for it. So. I
Well,
don't-
yeah, she did. She filled out her own application. We emailed her the application. She filled it out, emailed it back to us, and we submitted all the documentation, like her lease agreement, her, ledger, all that kind of stuff for documentation, and sent it off for her.
Right. I mean, and that possibly could be fine. I just don't know.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to make a ruling being influenced by that, because we don't have an agreement or you guys don't have an agreement, not the court, with that. So I'm going to go ahead and grant you the eviction. And let me look at this one more time.
We should have them fill out the order. Do not want to get, because saying that they're not gonna go through with the eviction.
Well, here's the thing, if with the eviction, if I grant you the eviction and the 5 days goes by and there's been no appeal, then that diversion program, I would imagine, is going to be finished as far as getting that done with you, because she's no longer living there after the 5 days.
Correct, yeah.
So I guess the question you have to answer yourself is, do you want to wait and put this on hold? Ask the court for continuance, or do you and wait and see where that goes? Because I could, after the 5 days, she's going to be evicted.
Okay. So per my supervisor, we're seeking possession.
Okay, all right. Then I will grant you that.
Okay.
All right, is the 1,263.50, is that still correct, ma'am?
Yeah.
That's what you have in your petition, is what you're asking for.
Oh, well, that was filed quite some time ago. So her rent has increased. She owes us current balance of over $3,000, but that's filing fees, things of that nature.
Okay, can you tell me what the rent would be only?
Yeah, absolutely.
Take your time. We're not in a hurry.
Okay. 2660, $2,660.
Okay. All right, court's going to rule in favor of the plaintiff, an unpaid rent of $2,660 plus interest and court cost, and the monthly rent was $665. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. All right, so you still got to wait. You guys don't have a bond with us, correct? Okay, so you're still going to have to wait the 5 days before you do anything. That's going to take you until the 5th day is actually on this coming Sunday. So they're going to get an additional day till Monday. So they'll have till midnight Monday, which is the 15th. Oh, I'm sorry, the 22nd of March. So if you guys need to get a writ of possession, I guess that's the next thing you guys got to decide what you're going to do as far as her belongings.
Okay.
The legal way, the smart way, would to get a writ of possession and let the constables remove that property.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. All right. I think that's it.
Thank you.
Morning. Thank you, ma'am. Have a good day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Do Washington, don't y'all do Washington and they do Washington?
I think Ms. Hernandez is doing that.
And Woodview? You guys don't do Washington or Woodview?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Okay. Thanks.
Thank you,
Bye.
ma'am.
We did, because they asked me for all of the papers.
Good morning. Can you hear me? Good morning. Can you unmute yourself? I'm unable to hear you. You're showing on my screen that you're muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning.
Sorry, I apologize.
That's okay. Can you tell me what your name is, ma'am, so I can figure out
An-
what case you're on?
Andrea Keller,
Andrea Keller.
Keller.
Okay, you live at Washington Village, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you pull that one for me, please? Just give me 1 minute and to get the paperwork, and then let me get Miss Hernandez on, and we'll get you started, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm. All right,
So Hernandez, you're Washington.
I don't know.
No.
I'm gonna find out. Miss Hernandez, can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes,
Miss Hernandez, are you doing Washington Village?
I am. I'm doing several properties today.
Okay, I have Andrea Keller. She's cause number 1699. You have
Yes,
that
I got
one?
that
Okay. All right, we'll do that one first since she's here. All right, so let me go ahead and get everybody sworn in. So if I could have you raise your right hand for me, please. Do you swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
I do.
Thank you. All right, my name is Judge Woodruff, and this morning we are having an eviction hearing for cause number 1699. This is Washington Village Apartments versus Andrea Keller and all occupants. This property is located at 1001 Redwood, apartment 414. Is that the correct address?
Yes.
Okay. thank
Yes.
you. All right, so it looks like on the petition that Ms. Hernandez, the property is suing for possession of the property due to missing rent. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. All right, 1 second, ladies. Okay. All right, Ms. Hernandez, you go ahead and address the court.
Okay. Today we are here for non-payment of rent. Monthly rent is $254 a month. We are here for the back due months of November, December, January, February, and prorated for March. Prorated for 16 days is $131.09. Total amount we are seeking in a judgment is $1,147.09 plus court costs and possession. Notice was given on December 8th, certified mail, and it was a 30-day notice.
Okay. Is Ms. Hernandez, is Mrs. Keller, is she on a month-to-month lease, or is she, what kind of lease is she on?
Let me see hers. My computer.
Sorry. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I'm pulling up her lease right now. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Let's see. Keller. She is in an active lease from August 1st, 2020, and date is July 31st, 2021.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
And has Ms. Hernandez, to your knowledge, has Mrs. Keller presented a CDC declaration to the property management?
No, she has not.
Okay. Ms. Keller?
Yes, sir.
I take it you're still living in the apartment, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And have you filled out a CDC declaration?
I don't know what that is, sir.
Okay. It should have been in your packet that you received. when you got notice of your eviction. It should have been in the packet that was delivered by the constable.
Okay, that would be on my icebox. I thought it all went together. I'm sorry. I don't have my glasses. I haven't had them in a few months, so I can't see that well. So if it's in a package, it's stuck to my icebox with a magnet. I guess that does me a lot of good, huh?
Yeah. Okay, so basically the CDC declaration is, well, I can't remember exactly the date it came out, sometime in 2020. It was through the CDC and it had to do with COVID. And there were some items listed there that if you felt that you were entitled to, then you could fill it out. We actually just have to sign it and date it. And it could have this case abated till after the CDC declaration expires. Are you able to look at that now?
Yes, sir. Let me walk in here and look at it. I'm sorry, I'm looking, sir. I apologize.
Okay, it should be just a paper with about 5 different items on it. And it should say CDC declaration.
Okay, this is just the least thing. Let me keep looking. I might have put it, I'm sorry, I might have taken, I've been trying to pack and let me look right here. I'm so sorry.
Okay. Are you leaving the apartment?
I've been trying to leave for a while now, for 4 or 5 months, but it's been really hard because there hasn't been any vacant, empty houses or apartments.
Okay,
And
all right. So you don't have,
yeah.
you don't currently have a place to go to.
No.
Okay. I'm calling Bonnie.
Oh,
Can someone bring me the CDC declaration?
I mean, on that paper, number
no, I have one.
on icebox for the hearing. I have a judge right here. I'm looking. He says it'll say CBC. That's not it. Or is that it?
She's looking for that CDC declaration.
Oh, it's on her, she got served.
Yeah,
It's in Spanish and English.
yeah, it should be Spanish and English. It's part of the, when you got served by the constable, it should be a part of that.
Like
I
the.
think it's down here in that folder. You had all the paperwork.
It should be the 3rd page.
Okay. Is this eviction stuff right here?
Thank you.
Okay, I think I found it. Hold on. No. Goodness, I'm finding everything but that. Mhm.
All right, Ms. Keller, I'll tell you what
Yes,
we'll
sir.
do is we'll just do this as if you're in the courtroom. Okay, so I'm going to read this to you. All right, are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir. I
Okay.
apologize.
That's okay. Okay. I have used the best efforts to obtain all available government assistance for rent or housing. That's number one. Number two, I either expect to earn no more than $99,000 in annual income for the calendar year of 2020, or no more than 198,000 in a joint tax return. So I take it you don't make $100,000 a year, do you?
No, sir.
Okay, I don't either. All right, number three, I am unable to pay my full rent or make a full housing payment due to substantial loss of household income, loss of compensable hours of work or wages, layoffs, or extraordinary out-of-pocket medical expenses. Number four, I am using best efforts to make timely partial payments that are as close to full payments as the individual circumstances may permit, taking into account other non-discretionary expenses. Okay, the next one. If evicted, I would likely become homeless, need to move into a homeless shelter, or need to move into a new residence shared by other people who live in close quarters because I have no other available housing options. The next one, I understand that I must still pay rent or make a housing payment and comply with other obligations that I may have under my tenancy lease agreement or similar contract. I further understand that fees, penalties, or interest for not paying rent or making a housing payment on time as required by my tenancy lease agreement or similar contract may still be charged or collected. And last, I further understand that at the end of this temporary halt on evictions on March 31st, 2021, my housing provider may require payment in full for all payments not made prior to and during the temporary halt, and failure to pay may make me subject to eviction pursuant to state and local laws. I understand that any false or misleading statements or omissions may result in criminal and civil actions for fines, penalties, damages, or imprisonment. Okay, so if you were reading that in front of you, does that concern you, and would you sign it?
Pardon?
If you had that document in front of you and you just read it, would you sign it? Does that pertain to you?
Yes.
Okay. So Miss Keller, this is what you need to do. And this is very important. You need to find that paperwork, and you need to sign it, and you need to take that to your apartment manager today. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, if you do not, if for some reason it was lost, then you need to come up to the court here, Wichita County Courthouse, and to Judge Woodruff, that's me, come to my office, and you need to pick up a copy of it. And then you need to, and I'll have you, if you come here, I'll have you sign it, and I'll have a copy for your records here. But then you need to go to the apartment complex and you need to give them a copy.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now,
Yes, sir.
what that means when you sign it is that this case is going to be abated. Now, abated does not mean dismissed. It means it's going to be put off until March the 31st, which is only a few weeks away. That is, if the, excuse me, if the CDC decides to extend it, then this case will be extended until the next date that they say that they're going to start the eviction process again. So on March the 31st, if you are still behind on your rent and they open up the process again for the evictions, then you'll have to come back to court. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Ms. Hernandez, do you have any questions, ma'am?
Yes, I would like to be able to ask if we could possibly get a reset in about a week to see if that has not been turned in, if we could proceed at that time.
Yes. I would not even give it a week.
Okay,
She needs to do this today.
correct.
And, the week is for if I rule on the eviction in your favor, which we're not doing. So she doesn't have a week to do this. She needs to do this immediately.
Okay,
If she fails to do so, then we will continue. If you want to contest it, like we spoke about earlier, you can do that as well. You just need to reach out and contact my court, and we will get that hearing scheduled.
okay. So do I call back tomorrow if it has not been turned in?
Yeah, go ahead and call, give her today.
Okay,
And then if tomorrow, if nothing has changed, just call back and talk either with Jesse or Bonnie. And then we will go from there.
okay.
All right, so Ms. Keller, you need to
Yes,
get
sir.
that, you need to get that done, ma'am. Okay, it's very important.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay?
Yes,
All
sir.
right. All right, Ms. Keller, do you have any questions, ma'am?
No, no, sir. You have a good day.
All right, you too, ma'am. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, so Ms. Hernandez, looking at my screen, I don't have anybody. So are you doing all of Woodview?
I'm doing Woodview, Washington, and Forest Glen.
Okay, so that's all we have left, right? Okay, can you double check with Jesse, make sure no one's checked in? And will you let her, I'm sure she knows this, but if someone comes in, will you tell her to let us know? Thank you. Ms. Hernandez, are you from the Metroplex area?
I'm in Austin.
Oh, you're in Austin?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, well, I'm glad you didn't have to drive up from Austin.
No, Zoom is amazing.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
cover like everything in Texas, Dallas, Houston, Amarillo, everywhere.
Oh, good. And my brother lives in Georgetown.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I love Georgetown. It's beautiful.
Yeah, they've been there for, probably 15 years, maybe. He works for GMC. He's one of their computer people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he drives into Austin every day.
Oh, yeah. Oh, traffic's back to normal.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it is. I had to go to Austin a couple times a year. And I'll tell you what, it's the drive from, I guess when you hit about Waco
Mhm.
and then into Austin, it's just bumper to bumper.
Yep.
And people are going like 90 miles an hour. You
There's
get
nowhere to
there,
go.
I get there and I gotta get my fingers and get a crowbar and get them off my steering wheel because
Yeah.
we don't have that problem in Wichita Falls. I think it might take 10 minutes to get from one side of the town to the other.
Oh.
And that's on a bad day. Usually it takes about 6 minutes. So
Yeah. Yeah. I miss home. I miss country living like that. Little town.
well, I lived in Dallas for about 12 years, and when I turned 30 years old, I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of this. I'm gonna go somewhere a little smaller.
Yeah. Well, I'm originally from Cleburne. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I used to go to the horse sale barn there.
Yeah.
Buy horses.
I went from that to big city.
Yeah. Yeah, I like Cleburne. It's a pretty
Yeah.
nice little town.
Yeah.
Might not be little anymore, but
No, I've heard it's grown quite a bit.
Yeah, I'm sure it has. Okay, so let's go to the next one on my list is Woodview versus Jamaria Brown and all occupants, number 1669. And this one is 1601 32nd Street
Yes.
here in Wichita Falls. Mr. Brown has not showed up to the courthouse, nor is he on Zoom, so this will be a default. And looking at the petition, you guys are looking for possession due to the lack of payment, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, and petition says 1,316. I would imagine that's probably changed, right?
Correct.
Okay, what would you like to amend it to?
We would like for October, November, December, January, February, and March. Total amount is $3,629.61, and that is prorated for the month of March at 16 days, and that prorate is $339.61.
Okay. But your total is 3,629.61.
Correct.
Okay. And the monthly rent is $658.
Yes.
All right, course code rule favor the plaintiff, an unpaid rent of $3,629.61. And so I'll just say this once, so I don't have to repeat myself. Their 5-day for their appeal is gonna run until Sunday, which is the 21st.
Okay.
But since that's a weekend, they will get a extra day until Monday, the 22nd.
Okay.
So that would be till midnight. And
Right.
then if any of your
20.
clients need to get rid of possession, they can do that on Tuesday.
Okay.
And that'll be the same for each of these.
Okay. Thank you.
The next one, calling to court, number 1692, Woodview Apartments versus Karina Martinez and all other occupants. This property is located at 1601 32nd Street, apartment number 328.
Let's see. What was the end of the docket? I'm sorry.
1692.
1692. I don't have that one on my docket for some reason. Let me write that down real quick.
Okay. You want the entire number?
Yeah, that way I can
Okay,
see.
it's kind of long. It's
Yeah.
JP1-2 LT 2021-1692. And the defendant's name is Karina, Karina Martinez. And it's all other occupants. And you want the address?
Yes.
It's 1601 32nd Street, and it's apartment 328. I don't have any notes on it
That
saying
is, yeah.
it's
Usually if it's
dismissed or anything.
right. Okay, I just asked them if it's on the docket, so I'm waiting to hear from them.
Okay, we'll just put that one in the back.
Okay,
We can go to the next one. Okay, the next one is 1694.
1694. And the name on that one?
Corbett Collingsworth. Aspen Keith.
Okay, so 1694, you said?
Yes, ma'am. It's Woodview versus Corbett Collingsworth and Aspen Keith. And it says the unit's vacated. Oh, you know what? I just saw it's dismissed.
Okay,
It's dismissed.
dismissed. Okay.
Let me look at that one. We just maybe. Oh, yes. Okay. Ms. Hernandez, that other one's dismissed as well.
It is? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Usually when they're
Yeah.
dismissed, I still see it on my side, but I don't see it here.
Yeah, it usually on my paperwork, it's usually on the front. This
Oh,
is,
okay.
it's way back in there and I just barely saw it. Okay, so we're good on those. That makes me feel better.
Okay, yes. Me too. I'm like, oh no.
Okay, do you have 1718?
I do. That one shows as dismissed. I don't know if y'all got that paperwork or not.
Let me thumb through it real quick and see. Ever since COVID, these packets are getting thicker and thicker and
Oh, I
thicker.
know. I know.
So you're showing 1718 dismissed?
Yes.
Yeah, well. Yeah, I'm not seeing dismissal on this one.
Okay. I'll do this.
Did they give a reason for the dismissal on yours?
Let's see. I'm asking them right now.
Yes. This one I do not see.
Okay. I'm asking if we can just resend the paperwork that we send for the dismissal.
I'm not seeing it.
That. Okay, well, I'll ask for dismissal and then we'll go ahead and send the paperwork again.
Okay. All right. All right, and then number 1718 will be dismissed per plaintiff's request.
Okay.
All right, how about a 1719?
I have that one as a dismissal as well. So if you don't have that, I guess we'll request one right now.
Okay, let me thumb through it real quick and see. On the lease. Notice. Oh, man, I don't have it on this one as well.
Okay. We can request for one.
Okay. Oh, number 1719 will be dismissed per plaintiff's request. And then the last one I have is 1720.
Okay, I do have that one. And it appears that the tenant has applied for the Texas diversion program.
Okay,
So the property is aware of that. And I believe it gets put on hold for 60 days for that.
yeah. So they've applied, but they haven't been approved.
Correct.
Okay. And do you know if, have they got a, did the Lakeisha Murray, did they put in, what am I trying to say? They should get a number when they file for that. Did they give that to the apartment
The case
manager?
number,
The case number, thank you.
yeah, I don't believe so. I called them this morning to verify and they said that the person had applied. That's all they had said. So,
Okay,
but they were willing to work with her because they've been trying to get a lot of people to apply and she was cooperative. So,
okay. Okay, then we're gonna seal this one and we'll wait and see what happens, and hopefully they'll get everything worked out in everybody's favor.
yeah, I hope so too. I had one more case. I don't know if you have it on the docket. It's 1721. It's Forest Glen Apartments.
So that way you came in herself and did it before Glenn. Remember she did this one?
I believe we already did that one. The lady from Forest Glen was online, but she did the Zoom.
Oh, when
Yeah, I did that one right before I pulled you up.
okay, I don't know why she did that when she paid us to represent her.
I don't know,
But
but
hey,
she,
okay.
but the case, they were awarded possession because the defendant didn't show.
Okay, so they got a default.
Yes,
Okay, well, that makes it easy for me.
yeah.
All right, well, I appreciate it.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Uh-huh.